Hey, Yetta, what good is my fear?
I think it tells you where you have unknowns that you need answers to.
Moving forward with the Dekker team. Moving forward together with the Dekker team.
We are grateful to welcome you to another episode of Life's Inside Track. I'm Yetta Dekker.
And I'm Ken Dekker.
And it's where we get to share techniques, thoughts, tips, tools, and some truths that we all need, we all deserve. You, I, everyone, so we can turn our house into home, our families thrive, we live the best life possible, and we get to build wealth wisely through real estate. We're going to consider the fear factor that buyers often have when signing a contract with a realtor.
They have fear?
Fear.
Yes.
There's a big fear factor. I don't know why you're smiling about it, because it freaks people out.
It does. And some of it is real and some of it is fictitious. Really.
Well, you telling people that it's made up?
Yeah, most of our fears are. We fear things that never happen.
Yes. And sometimes I have a fear because I need some answers.
Absolutely.
Which is what I shared earlier.
That's perfect. That's the perfect reason to have fear, is of the unknown, and get your answers so your fear dissipates. Absolutely. There's also a healthy fear, like fear of falling off the roof and things like that.
Right.
But that's a whole nother story. Now, one of the things I hear is, it's going to cost me too much
to buy a home.
Through a real estate agent.
Right.
Like, maybe we can avoid them altogether. Maybe we can find a for sale by owner, or maybe we can do something where real estate agents aren't involved. And we kind of had that sense before we were real estate agents.
We've been there. We've been there and believed that.
Mm-hmm.
And thought we were going to save money by cutting out the realtor.
Cutting out the professional who's getting paid to protect us and negotiate the best terms possible for us.
Right. It didn't turn out so good for us.
That wasn't a wise decision, was it? Mm-hmm. So I think also people are afraid that they might be taken advantage of because somebody in that position has knowledge and authority that the buyer doesn't have. They don't know. So there needs to be a trust level.
Right. And we've often been told that. And then the other piece, not like that we're going to take advantage of you, but real estate agents, let's be real, don't have a high caliber of good faith. It is an industry that isn't highly trusted.
Sadly, because for the most part, the major majority of realtors are well-trained, well-educated, and very professional, moral, and follow the code of ethics.
And able to represent a client better than they can represent themselves. Because let's face it, even if you've sold 10 homes, that still doesn't give you the ins and outs and all the knowledge and expertise that somebody, even the average realtor has probably helped a few hundred people. And it's certainly, we at the Dekker team have helped over 3,117 families navigate either a purchase or a sale. And so hopefully there's some expertise that's there that if you've sold even 10 homes, you don't have. So you don't know all the ins and outs.
Right. They're also afraid that people won't listen to them because they're feeling that they're just going to be sold something. They're going to be shown, sometimes they're shown properties that don't match what they required or requested. Now, sometimes that's because there is nothing that matches, but that wasn't told to them, right? So they feel that a realtor won't listen to their needs.
Another fear I've heard is judgment. Fear that the buyer is going to be judged based on the decisions that they've made up to this point. Because as a realtor, we get pretty involved in personal information because we kind of have to have it to be able to serve and do a good job on behalf of the client. So there is fear that there will be judgment around personal or financial choices that have been made up to point.
And you may have heard us say many times, build wealth wisely. And we're having a workshop on September 25th. And you might be saying, well, I haven't even bought a house yet. Well, one of the first steps of building wealth is buying your first home, whether it be a single family home, a condo, or a duplex, or whatever it may be. That is your first step to building wealth wisely through real estate. So you might want to join us on September 25th. Go to dekkerteam.com and click to register.
And I think the other fear that I hear a lot is people are concerned that when they sign a contract, because it's a big deal to sign a contract, any contract, including with a realtor, that there's no way out.
Mm-hmm.
And that's scary.
It can be. And contracts are contracts for a reason, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why you're supposed to read your contract. And if you don't understand anything, ask the realtor. We explain anything that, people are unsure of. We explain why they're signing. And at the Dekker team, we give them an option for an out.
Right. Because if it's not working for you, what we discovered over 30 years ago, because even then we signed contracts, right? More for sellers than buyers at the very beginning of our career. But within by the time you came into the industry, buyer contracts were a thing. They're just more of a necessity today. Most people were scared to sign because they thought there was no out. What if they found a private sale and now they don't want the realtor? Or what if the relationship just didn't work? How do they get out? We decided way back in the early 90s that you can get out. If you want out, you're out. Because if it's not working for you, I can be pretty much rest assured it's not working for us either.
Mm-hmm.
So it's an easy thing to honor.
Yeah. Many people have said to me, I didn't want to call you before I knew what I was doing, before I was sure I wanted to buy. So I went to the open house. I went and I saw it with the listing agent. The problem with that is, that fear is stopping you from engaging us. And we're okay with wherever you are in the process. We'll walk that journey with you. The problem is when you don't have representation, anything you say can be used against you in a negotiation. So many times buyers give too much information to the listing agent at the open house or or wherever it may be if they required a showing. So way better to start the conversation about representation before you go down that road.
And have somebody that's on your side.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing that sometimes people fear is missed opportunity, missed properties. They think if they connect with one realtor that they're going to miss out on some other great stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Buyers are concerned that they might buy a money pit, that there were issues that the realtor or the home inspector didn't locate.
And the other fear is that they're going to pay too much.
Yeah, well, that's a big reason to have a realtor, a strong negotiator on your side, someone with a proven record of negotiating, because then you won't pay too much. You'll pay what's the right price for you to buy a property for.
Or you don't have to buy it.
Yeah,
they're going to there's also a big fear that they're going to be pressured to make a decision they don't want to make.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so my question to you is, what fears stop you from embracing, engaging a real relationship with a realtor, especially, call the Dekker team and we can have that conversation with you and discuss your fears. We're honored to be positioning you to build wealth wisely through real estate because it's about much more than just money.
Moving forward with the Dekker team. Moving forward